Hi, everyone. How is everyone doing? Great. So is there anyone who is attending a live class for the very first time? You can raise your virtual hands. Mahima. Who else? Great. So a couple of points to all those who might be here for the very first time. Please do not be scared if you come across a situation that when you don't have the answer. Please go through the recordings and you will realize things are very easy as long as you are analytically thinking about history to start with. I'm also cognizant of the fact that many of those who have been part of these classes for some time, many of you would have made a few mistakes. And along the journey, you will all make mistakes. Don't be scared of them. If in case you come across a situation where you are not able to learn things, if you're not able to grasp the concepts, make sure that you send an email to my team or make sure that you connect with me on the Sunday calls that we will be having from here on. My goal is simple, that whosoever is present here, you should be getting into the civil services. Okay, you're not here to waste your time. You all will have to grasp these concepts. And if you're not able to do it, we will together figure out a way and means through which you can attain that. Okay, so next Sunday, we will do a proper Q&A. If anyone has any concerns, questions, qualms, doubts, anything, feel free to show up and speak out loud. Otherwise, do not be scared. Things are easy. Just be calm. Just be patient along the journey. I know it's very difficult. Even great leaders could not stay calm and patient under enormous pressure, but you have to do so. If you can do it, I can give you in writing that your performance is going to be incredible. Okay, so all of you unraise your hands. And what I'll do is I'll show you a video. Okay, and the goal is extremely simple. Think about the modern empire that we're going to start today and put that video into perspective. How could it be relevant? If not modern empire, just give your thoughts out loud. What do you think of it? And in the meantime, I'll change my name here.
A few months ago, we got this question from one of our subscribers, Gaurav.
When I was a kid, one of my most favorite things to do was to visit a zoo, but as I grew older, I came across evidence to the fact that animals in zoos often suffer from boredom. Was the younger version of me wrong?
I wanted to dig into Gaurav's question, in part because, as a parent of a young toddler, zoos are very much a part of my everyday life. Going to the zoo clearly makes my kid happy, and most zoos market themselves as a force for conservation, protecting endangered species and making us humans better stewards of the planet. But then there's that evidence Gaurav mentioned, videos showing what zoologists call stereotypies. Repetitive behaviors like hair pulling, tongue flicking, bobbing, and swaying that indicate understimulation and stress. All of this left me with a couple questions. What are zoos doing for humans and for animals? And are they doing what we want them to?
Okay, so Adarsh, no, Sanjeet has some thoughts. Go on, Sanjeet.
Yes. I think people try to do something else and something else happens.
No,
Goal is not achieved.
That's always the case here.
Goal is not achieved. Whatever we have in the mind when we start something, that doesn't happen.
Okay.
It seemed to me.
Twinkle, what do you think?
Hi everyone. So the video mentions understimulation. I'm just taking a shot in the dark, but probably Chanakya felt that his skills were probably not as better leveraged or used in like the previous court where he was a courtier or a minister. So that is why he found someone enterprising like Chandragupta and molded him, and then like Maurya Empire comes into being. That it's just a shot in the dark.
Who was the last king, by the way, in the Nanda Empire?
I cannot recall that. So
it's a part of your post read.
I did the post read, but it was very fact heavy because it's so interlinked. Like this kingdom annexes over this one, and I did not cram the facts. So I just read it later.
Your friends are helping you out here. Okay, so Adit, what do you think?
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. So, according to the video, as it showed us to, right? So, I think it's like sometimes it's not just about saving animals. We have to think about the broader perspective that saving a life is not important. It's important to how they live. It's according to their mental state that has been shown that I can grasp up from here.
I like how you're thinking here.
Yeah, and it's also mentioned in our fundamental rights also. Life is, it's not just about living person, it's liberty and all everything. So I can, connect to that also. It's can be a part of it. It can be a part of it.
Yeah, sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
One last try, Kundan, and then we begin. But Kundan, the question changes now. What do you think could be the relevance of the age that we're going to study today, the Mauryans? Why do we have this in the syllabus? Very basic question. And why, as Indians, we should even study it? Forget about UPSC, but why should every Indian study this age?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So as I've already mentioned, I have no idea of facts, but when it comes to Mauryan Empire, all I'm able to think is of Chandragupta Maurya and nothing else.
Why
And
not
regarding
Ashoka
this
and Shah Rukh
video,
Khan? Yeah.
And regarding this video, it just came to my mind. I couldn't connect it with history, but what I thought was it subtly gave us a hint of animal exploitation that zoos are doing for the entertainment of humans and for their profits, if they're making any.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right now, what are your thoughts?
Again, a short dark, but what I feel is like, since we were going through the story, if I connect the dots, it was the time where the political unification of the northern part has started to take place. So probably it plays a major role in how the eventually country is formed. Then that might, and hence Mauryan might be important. The other thing I could relate is to Chanakya, because he is like the first evidence where an Indian person has written something related to administration or guided anything related to how it should be ruled, or a written record of something. So that is the two reasons I thought of.
Okay, fair enough. See, I think great ages, they are not judged by how many wars they had won or how much land did they acquire. That's never the case. Great ages are formed by people, by society. And most importantly, how did that society treat those who had no voice? Animals don't have voice. We know this. And we have so many rules now, so many laws, so many conventions today. But 100 years ago, way before sustainable development goals became fashionable, and way before animal rights movements gained traction, kings and queens that displayed dead skins of animals as trophies. We'll stumble upon those experiences. But thousands of years ago in India, there existed an empire, an age of empire, that spoke about ethical treatment, not just for humans, but also for those who had no voice, animals. There existed an empire that was first and perhaps one of the largest empires in ancient India that unified a country under a single political authority. From modern day Afghanistan to modern day Bangladesh, this empire traversed across cultures and languages. There was trade, commerce, intricate administrative machinery that facilitated the movement of people and goods, and even those of ideas to far off places. Could be today's modern day Greece to Southeast Asia. It was an age that promoted a policy of non-violence, tolerance, respect for all religions. It was also an age of exceptional art and architecture. It was the age of Mauryans. So today we have this fascination for Hitler and Stalin and Mao. We may speak of Churchill or Alexander the Great and all their escapades, but it is a travesty that the world does not know about the empire whose ideas are relevant even today. The world may not pay heed to this empire, but we all should pay tribute to this empire. And thankfully, our constitution makers did acknowledge that. Our emblem that we all see every day is an adaptation of lion capital of Ashoka. The wheel is known as the Dharma Chakra in the center. Our preamble, sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, it's a nod to the ideals of Ashoka, who championed nonviolence, religious tolerance, and social justice. What are our fundamental duties? To develop scientific temper, humanism, the spirit of inquiry and reform. It is drawn directly from the edicts of Ashoka. We'll read what are edicts in some time. Our constitution makers celebrate Ashoka's legacy as an ancient Indian emperor who espoused values that were in line with modern, democratic, inclusive India that they sought to create. And today we begin that glorious phase of India's history, the Mauryans. And I hope from here on you pay heed and give due credence to the exceptional work and the exceptional influence Sage had for modern India. But why? What's the most important thing about this phase in history? Historians love this phase. Why is it? Something is dramatically changing now. So we've been through the Harappans, we've been through the Vedic civilizations, we've been through the Bronze, the Iron Age, we've been through the ages of ideas. But here, something unique is going to happen. What is that? Any guesses? Zoya?
Could it be that we united under, because after the Greek invasion, rather than being like smaller kingdoms, everybody united under one political entity?